Manitoba Amateur Radio Museum. They have it right here on the grounds of the Threshermens reunion, and I guess they're switched on. Maybe even they're switched on all year. I'm not too sure, but V4ARM and MTR.
So it's short for Manitoba Threshermen's reunion.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's interesting. So
yeah, my call, for example, is well, the world is divided up. All those different letters, not the numbers, but the letters.
Yeah.
And Canada, for example, their prefix is VE.
Right.
So if you ever hear a VE or you see it on the license plate, oh, he's a ham operator from Canada.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Now, number.
This man was super interesting. VE4, so VE is Canada, 4, which I didn't know, and the video got cut off, is Manitoba. The prefixes, he explained everything about the prefixes to me, and the fact that they are now in a 7-digit prefix. So the last 3 are now a 4-digit prefix instead of 3. And prior to that, it was a 2-digit prefix. What he didn't say in the video was that his prefix is VE4SE, and SE stands for smoke eater. He was a fireman in his working life. Anyway, I learned a whole lot more about the role of ham radio operators in the civil forces and what they do to help protect our country and help out in times of emergency and that kind of thing. We went on to talk about the current age we're in, internet and that kind of thing, and it's just all in all really very interesting and very, very much worth the price of my admission today. Admission was $15, which I'm not going to complain. It's a bit steep. You don't have a roll lag, and it's substantially cheaper than that. But you know what? $15, a full day of entertainment, and just well worth it.
It's interesting. I was talking to a friend of mine, just lives down the road from me, Glenn Bodie, and he was telling me actually originally this building was to be a live demonstration building. As you can see, they originally had windows here that opened up so you'd have ventilation. It's unfortunate. It'd be really interesting. Matter of fact, I'd be the kind of guy who would volunteer for something like this. Who knows? Maybe in the future, right? Like a few interesting exhibits. This International Titan, 10 horsepower. It's a big unit. They've moved some stuff around since last year. Moved larger stationary engines to this end from the other end. But I'd really like to get my hands on some of these guys. Some really interesting examples. A lot of things I've never seen before, actually. So. Transportation's a cinch here at Austin. Got lots of people movers.
I'd never seen one before, but this is a Sherman tank. I've done a little bit of reading on their role in the Second World War and the Korean War. And really all I can say is very powerful, very ominous machine, and that thing right beside you, man, it makes the ground rumble. This is Trevor Genter from just south of Bagot, down in Rosendale. He was saying that he had picked this pony break up in Ontario very recently. I'm really glad he brought it. It's a nice addition to the awesome Threshermens reunion. Prior to this, they had another dyno, but it didn't show off as well. For those of you who don't know what a dyno is, it measures the horsepower, torque, those kind of things. And he has a bell hookup, and he also has a PTO hookup off to the right of him there over by that blue water barrel. Really handy, measuring horsepower, steamers, gas engines, tractors, diesel, things like that. This John Deere D is hooked up to a shingle cutting sawmill. Take a long time to get a roof done. This is where you can find all the food vendors. Everything from the dining hall, which serves lunch and dinner, to all the different vendors, Mexican, hamburgers, hot dogs. They have a steamer here that provides the hot water for the corn boiling kettle. Kind of a neat thing as well. Usually off to the right here they have stationary gas engine displays, and it rained pretty heavy. It was kind of cold last night. Looks like everyone probably loaded up and they headed out. And maybe catch them next year. That's too bad. This is the steamer outside the Threshermens mill engine building. It provides the steam power for the Threshermens mill engine inside.